Hi, my name is Alex.
Hello, my name is Tim.
We're very excited to be here today.
Bode have a genetic neurological disease called Friedreich Ataxia or FA. It affects both me and Alex in very different ways. It affects our legs, our hands, and our arms. And like depending on the person, can affect their speech or their eyesight or sometimes both, and it affects some people's ears, their hearing. And it also affects our heart. Also, we're both in wheelchairs.
We are going to show you guys a slideshow with some pictures, and then we will each talk for a few minutes, and then we can answer some of their questions.
We'll be back later.
Hi guys, my name is Alex Bode, and I am 31. So I'm going to show you what I do every day and what it's like to be in my shoes. So I just wanna show you guys like a typical day for me. So what I usually do is I'll get up in the morning, I think you can see my lips in the back. I better get on there and help moving to my wheelchair, and then I do the normal thing. I eat, I brush my teeth, I do my hair. I really like makeup, so it may take you a few minutes to understand me, but I am still the same person. Just like anyone else. So I went to Southern for my undergrad, and then got my master's degree. So being over there did not define who I am. And I am studying for my licensing exam and social work. I do work at home. I work for a company called Dream Kit. It's actually an app for disabled hours youth. So the and I place where you can go to like and they use can go to like better themselves. So what I really pays, they use the money for completing an activity about there's a bunch of different topics.
Hi, I'm Sam Bode, I'm back. And so we've already talked about what Friedreich is, or FA. So I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about myself and how Friedreich actually affects me. So it affects my arms and my legs and my heart. And right now my biggest problem is that it affects my eyesight. So right now I'm like legally blind and I really can't see too much. I just see objects. And so I've now developed a thing where I can recognize people's voices as opposed to like seeing them. So that is why I'm not making eye contact with the camera, because I can't even see the camera. So acceptance means to me just the fact of like allowing someone into your inner circle and getting to know them. And like for me, like people showed me acceptance like in high school, so I was able to get into their inner circle. And for me, like I thought those people were sometimes a little different than what I've experienced. So I thought I could like learn from them and they could learn from me. And the other tidbit of information that I would like to say to you is that like when I'm like in the grocery store, people come up to me and they yell or they sing lullabies to me. I'm not mentally all there, but I am, I promise you. I'm mentally all there, I just can't really see. Or I'm in a wheelchair and people think like, oh, because this kid's in a wheelchair, oh, maybe he can't see, or maybe he can't really see, or doesn't have any brains either. So that stuff really moves me. So you definitely can't judge a book by its cover. And maybe, I think before you pass any of the judgments, you should get to know the person first. So if living life with FA wasn't enough, well, I'm also a transgender male, and the pronouns I use are his, he. And I went through the change as a 30-year-old after graduating college. But I knew from very little that I was always different. I felt different, and I always cut my hair really short. I always like dressed as what they would call it when I was little. I was dressed as a top boy. The cool top boy. So, and then like as I grew up in middle school and high school, I finally figured out in college, finally figured out that there was just something not right about the way I was feeling. So I figured out, as someone who's lived through the 1990s and the 2000s, I can honestly give you this piece of advice that I learned from someone very wise and outgoing, that once you feel different, you might wanna find someone who's different from you, because you can learn something from them that you can't learn otherwise, and they can do the same and learn stuff from you. So I think that is the whole concept of today, is that you need to learn to accept, and you need to learn stuff from the other people that you normally wouldn't accept or set and get to know them, because it would only help you learn, and you would only get a greater difference from it.
So, Sam, I'm going to take a guess and say that your favorite color is orange.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Yep.
We're all set then.
So, any questions or comments from anyone in the room?
Yeah, so what the way that we'll do this is we'll open it to teachers like we did in the other classes. You can put questions into the chat. I'll kind of like sort through them, and I'll kind of fire them at Sam and Alex and see if they can keep up with me. And we'll go from there. I think I have a question over here. Maya, what was your question? So it's called Friedreich's Ataxia. Yep. So let me get the chat going over here. And I don't know why this always looks like this to me. Can't get a good one. So the first question that I have coming in is, how common is FA?
Well, I know for a fact that in the U.S. there's 5,000 people with FA. In the U.S., and it's like a very small, it's a very small number throughout the world that has FA.
Yeah.
People.
No, not at all. Yeah. What are you most proud of? And you can each answer that separately if you'd like.
You go first. My graduation from college. And the thing I'm most proud of, that I'm the only person with FA that's come out as transgender. So,
Yeah.
the first person with Friedreich.
I thought you were going to say you were most proud of your sister, Alex. You missed an opportunity there.
Right.
Let's see. what would you like people to see when they look at you?
You want to go first?
Do you have a question? Because I just put that question in there. Look at the thing. I put in, what would you like people to see when they look at you?
All right. Well, I work at a school myself. So I work at North Pemberton High School. And what I would like to see, like, especially kids, like I work at the high school. So I would like to see kids learn to accept all diversity and exceptionality differently. Like, so, you know, I said, like, I really hope, like, kids get to learn from each other and get to see what's not judge a book by its cover. But I would love to see more kids, like, interact with all different people. Like, get to know them on, like an equal level, because we are all human beings, and we all have hearts, and we all have feelings, and it's very important that everyone realizes that. So, did you call with your thing? Or just say me if you want to? No, I was like, I think I was like, people are kind of except everyone a little better. And
Water break.
so I think, is that then my middle end? No. The more my middle end, the better it will be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Sam, I'm getting a lot of football questions here for you.
Oh boy.
So they need to know your favorite football team. Let
Look
me
at all the
see. Favorite
questions. You're never
football
gonna get to 'em
team.
all.
Do you like
I was
watching
gonna say, do they need
football?
more?
What's this last one
What's the
Oh,
here?
there's some good ones.
Your
Good one.
predicted.
First and
Oh,
fun.
hang on, it just
Oh,
went away.
good.
Last
I don't know where
year
Matt went.
you predicted a big fantasy football year from Stephon Diggs. Who's your sleeper for this year? So that's I think Mr. Augustine's remembering that from last year. So they're going hard at you for football right now.
I love football, and me and Matt, my best friend, are actually the fantasy football commissioners. So I won my Omaha league last year.
Nice.
And the sleeper for this year, I think we're expecting a big year from Antonio Gibson, the right back for the Washington football team, and what's his name for Pittsburgh? I believe his name is Deshaun Jackson, and I feel like he's gonna be a big sleeper. Potentially a great breakout.
Oh my gosh. We got,
And
do you think,
and hold on, sorry.
no, keep going, because this means nothing to me, so.
I love college football, but because of my blindness, I can't really watch football. So I have I'm not sure if you know this app, but it's like a tune in. It's called the tune in radio, where you actually get the audio of the football games. So I enjoy listening to that.
That's
And
awesome.
I like watch it, like reading books on Audible.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, but I'm a diehard football fan.
All right, so that's great. I don't know anything about football, so I'm glad someone here does. I know that you use a football in football. That's about as far as I go. Another question I have here. Before we leave the football talk, they want to know what your favorite team is.
My favorite team. Well, I like the New York Giants and Denver Broncos, but only because of Manning's Broncos. I'm a diehard Manning fan. But besides that, I love the Buffalo Bills. I love Josh Allen just because I think he's a great guy and he is awesome. He's the number 2 quarterback this year. So if anybody's thinking about playing fantasy football, they're grab Josh Allen.
There you go. So there's some fantasy football knowledge for you guys.
Yep.
So another question I have here is, do you have a big support network?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we both do. I would say,
Mom.
our friends and family. I have a lot of friends who I know are there. My mom and my dad. I know will always be there. And I get me a lot of support.
Yes, and we have a bunch of friends who are like our workers, our PCAs. They're great, and we love them all. And I don't think we'd know what to do if we lost any of them. So that's why, like right now we have one PCA who's thinking about leaving for Tampa to go into nurse school. I keep threatening her that I'm not gonna write her a letter of resignation if she leaves for Tampa. But I think she's gonna go anyway. But so yes, again, like my mom is my biggest support system, and then friends and family.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's definitely amazing. Have you had to deal with bullies growing up? And if so, how did you deal with that?
You want to go first, Al?
Well, I didn't really. I didn't really deal with them. like me. Oh, no, but I like that one. Hear what you did. Alright. Okay, Mel. So, add Mel in back. Tell me to keep positive, so I can't go into all my stories. But I definitely dealt with bullies growing up. And I got diagnosed at like age 7. So throughout school, I had difficulty walking and difficulty like like writing or not really mental stuff, but I did have trouble walking and like writing and stuff like that. So kids used to push me down. And then the teacher used to say, Jeff, I just want to say, it's better to use your words other than beat him up. Okay. Alright, so let's get Jeff. He kept pushing me down. So I told the teacher, and the teacher asked Jeff why he kept pushing me down. He said, well, it's very fun to watch him try and get up. And I just thought that was horrible. And that should never happen to another person. I learned that that you should never judge a book by its cover. And Jeff tried to get to know me first of all before he did push me down. So I think if you let people that you don't know get to know them and like understand that they're different, but you need to take a look and see if you're different. And then you can learn from each other. So that is my spiel.
Do you have any friends with FA?
Yes. Yes. I have a few friends with FA. And like me and Alex, how we like experience FA in 2 completely different ways. Our friends also have communicated with us. They also don't feel that it's a one-size-fits all disease. It comes in many different forms. And people express like how they are affected in very different ways from me or Alex.
Is there any cure for FA?
As of right now, there is no cure. But Alex and I are on some very different like experimental drugs. Yeah, they're definitely working.
Good. That's great. Okay. I'm gonna actually start to bring it to a close. There were actually many other questions and just not enough time to get to everything.
Yeah.
As usual, amazing to see you both again. Any other last words from you two before we part for the day?
No, so the only comment I have is like if you want to send us questions, just feel free to do so.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna I think kids still have a lot of questions for all of our speakers today, so I'm gonna try to collect them, so you'll probably hear from me or one of the other teachers, and we'll kind of bombard you with a lot of questions.
Okay, thank you. And I'm also on Facebook.
Oh, even better, we'll find you and we'll harass you.
Excellent, excellent.
Sam,
No question, it's stupid.
that's true. And we asked this to some other people today, and I want to ask you this too. How do you feel about people coming up and asking you questions about like being in a wheelchair or about like the way that you move or the way that you talk? Are you okay with people asking you those questions?
Yes, I am. There's no question is stupid. So even if you come up and ask me like how did you manage to get were you one I'm trying to think what a question I get a lot is did you come out of your mother in a wheelchair?
Thank God.
Yeah, and I had to explain to them no, because I was diagnosed with a disease called Ataxia. And I feel like once people ask me the questions, I feel like they're trying to get to know me and they're trying to learn something from me. And in return, I feel like I had to learn something from them. So I feel like that's a great way to be. So I feel like if anyone has any questions, don't be afraid to ask them. Because it's much better than just like judging someone.
That's great. Awesome. Thank you both so much. It was great to see you again.
You're
And
very welcome.
and I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
Yes, yes.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great weekend.
Thank
Thank you both.